Okay. Okay, guys, so the first couple, and guys, some of y'all are like, well, how are we supposed to know? This was on the notes on Google Classroom. You just have to memorize that some of these are physical, some of these are chemical. Density is physical. Taste is physical. Combustibility, for number 3, that is chemical, if it can combust or not. Magnetism, magnetic, is physical. Number 5, reacts with. If it says reacts with, it's going to be chemical. 6 is smell, physical. Freezes, physical. Recrystallizes, that's what we did with the sugar. Did the sugar ever change? No, it just recrystallized. That's physical. Okay. Remember, the rules are, if you have to change the composition, it's going to be a chemical property. If anything, if the composition changes or something new forms, it's a chemical change. If it remains the same composition, it's always physical property, physical change. Okay, ready? Number 9. Which of the following is an example of a physical change? Ready? A, mixing baking soda and vinegar. Nope, it creates bubbles. It creates a new thing. That's chemical. B, that's the correct answer. Glass cup falling from the counter and shattering because it's still glass. C, if you light something on fire, it changes it. That's chemical. And if you bake something, you change it. It's chemical. 10, which of the following is an example of a chemical change? So, chemical. Filling a balloon up with hot air, you're just filling it up, same air. B, taking a glass of water and freezing it. Freezing is physical. C is the right answer. A plant collecting sunlight and turning into food. So that's like photosynthesis, that's cellular respiration, all that stuff. D, your dog ripping up your homework. Nope, it's just tearing it up. It's still homework. So the right answer for 10 was C. 11, which change can be easily reversed? You can easily reverse physical, not chemical. 12, when a new substance is formed with different properties than the original substance, it is called a new substance formed, not the same thing. That's chemical. Next page. Yep. Okay. What? Okay, 13. If a chemical property, the composition of a substance remains unchanged. So guys, if it's still the same composition, it's going to be physical. Okay? Even if you change its form, even if you mold clay, even if you crumble a paper, still clay. Okay? So 13 is B. 14, which is an example of a physical. Okay, A, metal rusting is chemical. Silver tarnishing, that's the color changing. That's chemical. C, ammonium chloride sublimating. Y'all, sublimation was just something you had to memorize. That was physical. Paper burning, that's chemical. Okay, 15. What characteristic best describes what happens during a physical change? B, composition stays the same. Because when the composition changes or mass is lost, that's chemical usually. Okay, 16. What is an example of a chemical change? C, bread is baking. Water freezing, wood cut, wire twisted so hard that it breaks. It's still the same thing. The only thing that changes is bread being baked. Those original ingredients turn into something new. Okay, now we're going to quantitative, qualitative. Ready? Qualitative is qualities. It's based on your interpretation. Quantitative is quantities. It's got to be numbers. So ready? 17, a person's hair color. Quality. So is it quantitative? No, it's false. Okay. 18, the variable of height, measuring in height, is it quantitative? Yes, because you measure it, and everybody who measures your height is going to get the same measurement. 19, the number of birds in a tree. Would everybody count the same number? Yes, that's quantitative. 20, the amount of time needed to run the Boston Marathon. That's qualitative, because how much time would you need? I know time, you would say like the minutes in an hour. That's definitely quantitative, but how do we know how much time you would need or anybody would need to run the marathon? That's based on the quality of the person. Okay, 21. Determine which of the following describes quantitative numbers. The length of an object in feet, yes. The speed of an object in meters, yes. The number of objects that are dark colored, well, what's dark? That's the quality, that's interpretation. So it's just 1 and 2, which is D. Okay, 22. Determine which of the following describes qualitative qualities. The volume of a shipping container? No, we can measure it. We can get an exact number. The height of a container? Nope, we can measure it, get an exact number. The color of the container? That may be variable per person. So it's 3 only, D. Okay, 23. Not accurate and not precise, not accurate. B, because guys, accurate would be right around 100. None of those are right around 100, and they're not precise because they're not close to each other. Y'all, A is close to each other, D is close to each other, but the reason why C is not the answer is because the best representation of not accurate, precise, some of those look like they could be accurate, so B is the best answer. 24. Precise and accurate. Y'all, if it's accurate, it needs to be around 100. If it's precise, they need to be close. That's A. 25. Which 3 measurements are the best of precise but not accurate? D. They're all precise to each other, but are they accurate to 100? Absolutely not. And then last but not least, which 3 measurements best represent not precise but accurate? That's E, none of the above. So guys, some people said, well, do you mean not precise and not accurate? No, we already did that one. It's precise but accurate. You have to be precise to be accurate. You can't be precise. You can't be not precise and accurate, okay? Our last ones, I'll do these up on the board. So ready, it says, after completing each problem, turn the answer into scientific notation. Your answer choice will be the exponent of your answer in scientific notation. For example, if your answer after you do it is 8.23 times 10 to the 5th, you will choose the answer 5 because you picked 10 to the 5th. So ready? So for 27, you had to add 20 plus 2.1, okay? 20 plus 2.1 is 22.1. Put that in scientific notation. So remember, I have to put this in a number from 1 to 10. So that would be 2.21 times 10 to the first. So your answer had to be number 1, which was A. Okay? Number 28, so that was 27. 28, you have 3,400 divided by 0.25. I got 13600. Okay, 13,600. So that in scientific notation was 1.36 times 10 to the 4th. So your correct answer was 4. Okay. 29. 30,000 times 0.034 equals 1020. So that is 1.020 times 10 to the, I had to move it over 1, 2, 3 to the 3rd. So your answer is 3. 30, 540.34 minus 14.0 equals 526.34. So my scientific notation is 5.2634 times 10 to the, how do I get to the 1, oops, sorry. Move the decimal over, 1, 2. So the decimal in your answer that you got was 526.34. So you move your decimal over just 2 times to get to the 5.234. So you moved it over 2 times. Okay, 31. 6.3 times 2.903 equals 18.2889. Okay, what is my number between 1 and 10? 1.82889. And I had to move the decimal over 1. Sorry, I don't know what this is right here. This was a dot that I put earlier. Okay. So if your number was 18.2889, to get to 1.8, I only had to move the decimal over 1. So my answer was 1. Oh, that was something different. Okay, we're gonna re-quiz